Tasty Podcast. Woo!
It's Mo.
And it's Phlegm. So I feel like it would be really interesting to know, can you guys tell, other than like when we obviously kind of like announce it and based off of like when we're talking, just off of a vibe sense, can you guys tell whose episode is who? Like, maybe some people can start to tell based off the intro. Like, okay, yeah, nah, this is a Phlegm episode or this is a Mo episode.
Honestly, I don't even think they be paying attention.
I don't think so either. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. But maybe like 100 episodes down the line, this will be relevant. But like,
yeah. But if you haven't peeped by now, we alternate episodes.
Yeah, like we are a team. But like I said, like our whole thing is like, I don't know, it's fresh to the other person too, you know what I'm saying? Like I think that keeps the podcast fresh, you know what I'm saying? Like if we just go over every story, it's like that's cool, but like where's the fun in that, you know what I'm saying? Like
how was your day?
It was cool. My day was cool. Honestly, it's been, so we are currently recording this, I don't know when you're gonna get it, but we are recording this like the week of
They gonna get it like 3 weeks from now.
Yo, no, they get this sooner than that.
Oh shit, they getting this
like next
Monday.
Week. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they getting this Monday.
So y'all getting this freshie. So basically, it's like 4th of July week right now, and it's just been hectic at my job. Like it's just been a lot of people, a lot of kids, just a lot. But we getting through the week though. You know what I'm saying? We almost at that milestone. Yeah. I don't got no plans this weekend other than relax because I'm boring. But yeah, that's pretty much it though. I'm feeling good. How about you?
I'm chilling. Yeah, my day was okay. Yeah. I was really excited to do my story. So
yeah,
that was cool.
For those of you who don't know what story she's referring to, you gotta wait.
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
Hey, yo, it's like nah. But nah, it is something like pretty cool, pretty interesting though.
I think it's interesting. You'll learn some shit. I hope y'all been liking the last few stories.
Yeah. Yeah, cause I feel like I don't know, like we are still definitely finding like our way, like, you know what I'm saying, like as far as topics and story goes, because like I've definitely had people reach out like, yo, this is a hard ass like true crime pod, and I'm like, we're not necessarily strictly true crime.
Yeah,
we've just so happened to have done like some very interesting crime related stories, but yeah, we're not solely true crime, which is why like I don't know, I felt like trying to go out of my way to talk about something interesting that's not technically a crime, just something that was really crazy.
I'm excited to hear this.
I'm
really excited. Never heard this story before, so
yeah, you gotta get it fresh.
Let's get into it.
So guys, today's episode is gonna be about a gentleman by the name of Ted Slauson. His real name is Theodore, but they call him Ted. Teddy. Right. Hey yo, but Ted Slauson is a person just like you and I, worked a 9-to-5 job. Ted is still alive, so let me just put that out there. Like I don't want to speak about him in the past tense, like he's no longer with us. Ted is still alive and well.
Okay.
But he's just a normal guy, just work a job, you know, and he's just interested in different stuff, got hobbies, stuff like that. But it's just like one of these particular hobbies kind of like blew up into something really big that like I'm sure he didn't even intend. But Ted was a contestant at one point in time on The Price is Right, but we're not even going to focus solely on when he was a contestant.
Okay.
It's about all of the stuff he did outside of actually being a contestant, but it revolves around the show. Ted Slauson almost single-handedly got The Price is Right canceled. And let me tell you why.
Why?
So if you guys don't know what The Price is Right is, The Price is Right is a huge, wildly popular, like I'm talking so popular that if you've ever stayed home from school sick, there's no way you have not seen that show. If you've never spent time with your grandmother, it's no way you've never seen that show.
Yeah, grandmas love The Price is
Right. Bruh, if you have not been in these circles to see The Price is Right, you don't know what you're missing. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it ain't the same as what it used to be. Still a good show. But I think I'm gonna start off just giving you guys a little bit of context on what The Price is Right is, because that is relevant to Ted's story. I'm going to kind of give you guys a little bit of history and, you know, kind of walk you through some of the games that are played, why they're played, things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So The Price is Right is a game show. It first aired September 4th, 1972. It was hosted by the infamous Bob Barker, and he was the longest host, running from 1972 to June of 2007 when Drew Carey took over. Drew, who is still currently the host. Okay. Shout out to Drew Carey. I mean, I don't really particularly know how you guys feel about Drew Carey, but
I have no feeling.
Yeah, like just kind of neutral, right? Yeah. But the show has over 9,000 episodes, and it has over 50 seasons, making it one of the longest running network series in television history. Yes. Wow. 9,000 episodes, 50 seasons. Yes. It was actually like a spinoff. The Price is Right that we see on TV now is kind of like a refined version of its original show that used to air in 1956. So yeah, it's old. That bad boy been around for some time. And basically what the show consists of is essentially 4 distinct like games that are a part of the show. And they have contestants that are used for these games. Okay. So the contestants are basically people that are fans of the show. They want to participate, so they go down to the studio, they sign up, and if you're selected to like be a part of the audience, then there's it's kind of like almost like rounds. Like you get picked to be in the audience, and then once you make it to the audience, you get a chance to be picked to be a player like on the show. Okay. Like you automatically become eligible to be a contestant once you're allowed to be an audience member. Right. Because they take the contestants directly from the audience. Right. Hence the fucking famous ass "come on down" phrase. You feel me?
So, question for you.
Yeah.
Can I deny? Like, can I say I just want to watch the show? I don't want to be in it, or it's almost like no. Like once you agree to, be it's kind of like, audience member, you're agreeing to possibly be picked.
Exactly. Okay. Because they're very selective of people that they allow to be audience members.
Got you.
So like that's why I said it's kind of like rounds. Because like if you don't even want to like participate that far, they're probably not even gonna pick you to be in the audience. Yeah. Right. So if you're in the audience, 9 times out of 10, you know what's up. You know you could be picked, and you come to play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's real. Like it's cool in that sense for real. But basically, the 4 games that I was telling you about that are typically in every show is. The first one is called One Bid. One Bid is basically how people are like narrowed down to participate in the games further in the show. So it opens up, they come on down, they pick 4 to 6 people, contestants, depending on the length of the episode or whatever. They pick y'all to come down. Then they like show basically like different stuff, you know what I'm saying? Different like items to be priced, and you make bids. And basically the goal is to like bid the price of the item or bid like under. Because if you're the closest person to bid under it, then you will win. So like let's say it's like an $800 camera for real. Or like an iPad.
So
you feel me?
That's so basically I would have to guess how much this is.
Exactly.
And I'd be like, oh, it's $1,000, and let's say it's 1,500, right?
Exactly.
I would win.
You would win if nobody else
got
that close. So like let's say it's 1,500, you say 1,000, but everybody is just like exponentially further. I like say 2,000.
10,000.
Yeah, something dumb like that. Because you're under and you're the closest, you would win. You feel me?
Okay.
So it kind of works like that. We getting it. You feel me? Okay. So that's open bid. That's basically what it is. You pretty much like trying to get through open bid to get to play the next games.
Okay.
So basically they have 6 pricing games that they play, which is like just different games that involve bidding and more stuff like that. And just essentially like the Price is Right's big thing is probability and chance. You're guessing, you're trying to figure out numbers, you're taking chances. It's like that, you know what I'm saying? Like just, typical like different games. Like they have Planko, which is when you drop the disc and trying to see where it fall at, and like they got different like little games, but pretty much that's like the body of the show. The pricing games. And then if you make it through the pricing games, you make it to what's called the showcase.
The showcase, what's that?
So the showcase, the showcase is like the finals, basically. It's like where you
championship.
Exactly. Like you guys are shown like this. Like usually the prizes get bigger in the showcase, and you guys are guessing. So like instead of hey, how much is this iPad? It's hey, how much is this all expense paid vacation to Costa Rica?
Got you. Like, okay.
With a jet ski and this. Like, shut up. Not that. Yo, shut up, bro. I hate this Apple Watch sometimes. But yeah, so basically that's how like the Showcase Showdown like work. You taking guesses and bids, but like on even bigger prizes. How much is this car? Like just stuff that just is big money. And then if you get past that, you make it to what's like the final showdown. The final showdown is essentially where you do that. Okay, hold up. I'm sorry, viewers. I'm sorry. I apologize. I mixed it up. Mm-hmm. So what I just described with guessing like the big bid on the big game, that's the final showdown. My bad. Okay. But to get to the final showdown, you got to pass like the regular showcase shit.
Okay.
How you get past the showcase is basically you spin like a big ass wheel. It's got different numbers on there, and you pretty much trying to get like essentially the lowest number. Like, and if for those of you that are probably Price is Right fanatics or whatever, I'm clearly summarizing to get to the meat of the story. But essentially, that's what it is. Like, you're spinning the wheel trying to get the lowest number. If you get the lowest number, you win, and you get to go to final showdown, which is when you make the big bid guess.
Okay, so I ain't gonna hold you.
All right.
I don't think anybody listening to this podcast is a Price is Right fanatic.
Hey, yo, so if grandma's in the back listening, and she heard him say, wait a minute, that you know, he said something about a showdown. That ain't, you know what I'm saying? Forgive me, yo. But I'm really just summarizing, like I said, to kind of like give you guys a little bit of info, just some background.
Yeah.
But like, the games are really fun. Like, if you guys ever just look up The Price is Right, you'll see clips of the games and people participating. Sometimes it'll be celebrities. Like, you know, it's a cool show. Like, it really is just a fun show. But for one particular person, it was a little more fun than it needed to be. Because, I don't know, man. There's this idea or this theory, if you will, that if there are rules, the rules are meant to be broken.
Yeah.
But what happens when you break a rule that you didn't know was a rule? What happens when there isn't a rule? You just do something that is just not supposed to happen because people just deem it as unfathomable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even comprehend somebody doing this. Therefore, it's just wrong. I don't know. But that's pretty much what happened to Ted, yo.
Okay.
So
what we do, Ted?
Yeah, interject. Yeah, I was gonna say you already know. You can interject at any time.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the fuck Ted
what happened with Ted
fuck up the game.
All right, so let's get into Ted, the man who, again, almost single-handedly took down The Price is Right.
All right, let's go.
So, Ted Slauson, Theodore. He was born on an Air Force base in Massachusetts. When he was 6 weeks old, he moved to Wisconsin, which is where both parents are from. He moved to Kansas for a few years because his dad was stationed there, and then they moved to California in 1970 because his dad was transferred there. His dad retired in 72, but the family stayed in Cali. And then he got into The Price is Right because he had 6 siblings. So over time, they only had one TV. So naturally, he was forced to watch what his siblings watch. You know what I'm saying? And they just like watching The Price is Right and all these other game shows. But it didn't take long for him to really get into The Price is Right. Like, he was like, nah, I like this. Like, him and his brother was like, yo, this is it.
This is lit.
Yeah. So basically, fast forward a little bit into Ted's life, he became a mathematics teacher, but he also worked in mathematics assessment, which is basically he wrote, developed, and reviewed test questions that go on assessments that are taken in schools.
Oh.
So he like essentially make tests. Fun. Yeah, it is not that. It does not that exciting. But Ted basically,
but he liked it.
He liked it. His whole thing was like he was just obsessed with math. He loved math. He tutored. He was a teacher. Literally, you have to love math to be a math assessment worker. Like,
yeah,
you make a math test. Like
that sounds like one of the most boring jobs I've ever heard.
Yo, like, hey, somebody gotta do it though. Somebody gotta do it.
That's so interesting. I never thought about like you don't think about shit like that. Like when you take a test, you're not like somebody made this and said like you don't really think about it.
For real, yo, like somebody has to approve those tests because like I guess that's how they keep up with like what levels stuff should be at. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to give a 5th grader an 8th grade math problem. It's like whoa, you know what I'm saying? So I guess you
never
got people
about that.
Yeah, so pretty cool stuff, yo. But he realized his like mathematic prowess basically around junior high. So again, naturally, math, probability, stuff like that. The Price is Right. He just that kind of all fed into the same thing. So him being a math freak, he was like, "Bruh, this what? I love it."
Yeah.
So one week, he decided to go back and he started watching episodes from 1973, which is the year after The Price is Right started. Mm-hmm. And he noticed that a particular freezer was on 4 different episodes, but it was the same price every time. $789 to be exact. Okay. But this led him to start keeping records and tracking prices of the prizes. He categorized the prices by manufacturer, description, price, date, etc. And he even went as far as using the data to create a Price is Right simulator game on his computer.
Oh my God.
Yes. Like, so this guy is a whiz, and he was just like, you know what? Let me just computate this data into this like simulator. So he literally kind of started playing the Price is Right with himself.
Right.
Memorizing the prizes and the prices.
Wow.
So one day, he and a buddy, they decided to go to a live taping of The Price is Right. Like, he finally kind of got into, you know, like adulthood. This was like a little earlier on. Like, he was teaching and all that, but basically, you know how teacher schedules is. Like, you don't really get much time off, especially new teachers. Like, summers, you probably work in summer school, like stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So eventually, him and his friend, they drove from Sacramento to LA because he was in Sac.
Right.
And basically, the whole ride there, they just quizzed each other. Like, he even got them to take a scenic route, which was longer, just so he could be quizzed, like, making sure he was drilling this into his mind.
Damn.
So they got to the studio, and the process is basically you just got to wait and hope to be selected. Like, you know, unless you got some type of pull or rank or something, like, it's just all a matter of chance.
Right.
So.
Probabilities.
Exactly. So, basically, Ted was, like, amped. Like, they down there. He's trying to get in. And he happened to have a crush on one of the Price is Right, like, showgirls. Woo! Her name was Holly.
Holly. Hey, Holly.
Now, Holly is actually like relevant in this story. So just remember that name, Holly.
Miss
You feel
Berry.
me? Miss Berry. Hey, nah, this Holly ain't got shit on Berry, but yeah. So Holly, she becomes relevant in our story. So remember that name. But basically, he had a crush on Holly. She was one of the showgirls, the girls that come out and they display the prizes and a new car and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so his sister had an idea for him to take a shirt that says, "I'm here to kiss Holly." And so he tried to like
smart.
Yeah, you feel me? So like she was like, you know, that would be hard. Like that'll stick out. So he was like, all right. So he tried to fill out the show on his first taping for real. The first time he went, he was just filling it out. Mm-hmm. And he would yell like answers here and there because another big part of The Price is Right is when you're placing bids, people from the crowd can help you. So you might be thinking about like how much is this worth, how much, and like people are yelling 900 or 6, like people can help you from the crowd.
Okay.
So when he went, like he knows how smart he is, he know how much he watched this, he knows the stuff front and back, but he was like just feeling it out a little bit, like I don't want to come in too hot. So he was like yelling answers here and there, but basically if you go back and watch the footage from that first taping that Ted went to, every bid he yelled out was right.
Wow.
Like they literally have like footage clips of him like yelling out the right answers from the crowd. Like you gotta zoom in and stuff, but like every bid he yelled was right the first taping.
Okay, Ted.
So Ted got hooked after that. So from 84 to 89 he went to the show once a year. Over his next 6 visits, he was not picked.
Damn.
He was not picked to be a contestant in the crowd.
You gotta wear that shirt again.
He gotta wear it. Yeah, the shirt wasn't doing it, yo. Because the first time he went, they was like, the shirt's cute, but hit the road, Jack. But yeah, so basically, over his next 6 visits, though, he wasn't picked. But he realized that like the other contestants that were being picked was starting to listen to his advice from the audience. Like all the bids he would yell out, I guess some people were starting to put together like, yo, there's somebody out there that's hitting these bitches on the nose. Yeah. Like, wait a minute.
Like, let me listen to this
like,
voice.
hold on. Yeah. So in the summer of 1990, he went to a taping on Sunday, July 1st, which is his 8th taping at this point.
Okay.
He yelled the first bid from the audience and was correct, of course. You feel me?
Yes.
Bob Barker, the host, began to like interact with Ted and he gave him a little bit of attention. Like he was like, hey, like who that? You know what I'm saying? Who that? Yo, like, wait a minute. And a contestant got picked. Like she actually got picked from the audience to like bid. Right. Her name was Susan. And basically, Susan directly asked Ted for help. And Bob was on stage and he peeped it and he made a joke about it. And he was just like, yeah, like, he said something to the lines of like, yeah, like, after this, Ted, like, she might, first of all, he was calling him Theodore. He was just calling him his government name. So he like, yeah, he like, after this, Theodore, like, she gonna have to get you some dinner, man. Like, something like that. Like, you know, he really tried, like, put it together. You feel me?
Yeah.
So Ted started helping Susan, of course, because like he was just having fun and like he was just in the moment. And eventually she made it to the next round though. Like you feel me? He was telling her still the right stuff. She made it to the next round, but after a while, it was like Bob kind of like fell back, like from trying to give him too much spotlight. Because technically this guy's not even a contestant. You know what I'm saying? Right. I can't spend too much time like talking directly to him and stuff like that. Right. But Ted continued to make guesses that were right, except one. Now, that one bid he got wrong kind of made Ted feel a little more careful about categorizing and memory. Like, he almost got annoyed. Like, it's no way I was wrong about that. So now I got to lock in and tighten up. Like, whatever is wrong in my system, I have to fix. Like, he kind of like, I don't want to say obsessed about it, but like, obsessed about it. Yeah, he that one bid, he was like, no, be wrong. Yeah, he was like, it's no way. So that episode kind of like worked though in his favor because it made him a familiar face around the studio. Right. And so after a while, he started to get like greeted and recognized by like producers and like all this other stuff on all the tapings after that one. Okay. So it took him 8 tapings, but he kind of got a little clout after taping number 8. Okay. So in 1991, this would be his 12th taping at this point. Damn. Yeah. Ted,
get a life.
Yo, so hold up. So I'm gonna remind y'all again, like near the end, but in his entire lifespan, by the time all of this has been like documented, Ted has been to around 37 tapings of The Price is Right.
Jesus, get a girl.
Yo, he got Holly. It's like, nah.
Get us somebody.
He won Holly, yo. It's like, but
Holly wasn't there that whole time. I know she was gone by some point.
Yo, so she was long gone at a while. Come on. But in 1991, after his 12th taping, there were 2 people that were selected for the opening bid, which is again the first game of the show. Right. And they got perfect bids. Like, imagine that iPad is $600. Imagine 2 people come up and they guess $600. Yeah. And then you go to the next one and another person. That vacuum is $1,500 and they go $1,500. Oh, like it was 2 back-to-back perfect bids. And one of the contestants actually ended up shouting out Ted though for his help. Damn. And he ended up seeing Holly. And he told her about the news article he was in. So basically what happened was, I told you Ted was a math teacher. Right. There was a point in time where one day one of his students came to him and was like, hey, we're doing something for the school paper. What's a crush you got? Like, who's a crush? And like Ted was just kind of like his response was just kind of like, oh, like, I don't know. Like, he just kind of shrugged it off. Like, I guess Holly from The Price is Right. But it ended up actually making it to the school paper for real. Wow. And so basically Ted ended up taking the newspaper to the showing and like kind of like, told her about it. But he like didn't want to be like too creepy about it, like Holly love, like you feel me? But like, yeah, he still took it though, because like that was crazy. Yeah. Fast forward a little bit, Ted attended back-to-back tapings in July of '92, and he predicted a showcase amount to the exact dollar, which is just something that is almost like absurd, unheard of. So he brought the Holly shirt that he made for the first taping and decided it was time to bring it to her attention. Yo, like, I'm going to show Holly this damn shirt. Okay. So the shirt made the producers laugh, but it worked in his favor because this time they laughed and they didn't kick him out. He actually made it to the bid row. Oh! So Ted finally gets selected to be a contestant. Okay. So by then he already had been to 24 tapings. Jesus. Yes.
He was obsessed.
Chill, yo. He wasn't hurting nobody, yo. It's like he was hurting himself. Niggas said he was hurting his friends and family he was ignoring for The Price is Right. But so Ted, of course, being the GOAT he is of The Price is Right, he wins the opening bid by the exact amount. And after 2 games, he makes it to the price game, which is like the middle section of the show. Mm-hmm. Holly eventually sees his shirt and laughs. Okay. That's when Bob sees this, and he told Holly to give him a kiss, and she did it.
Oh, he pissed on himself.
So nah, he ain't pissed on himself, but he handled it pretty good though, cause like
that was probably his first kiss.
Stop, yo, stop. But okay. yo, chill on Ted, yo. We don't know what he be into in his personal life, right. But long story short, he got that kiss, and like. I'm gonna plug, of course I'm gonna plug like the information, like the sources and the doc that like we are getting the information from. But in the doc, if you watch it, the way he described it is so funny because he's like, yeah, yo, like she just gave me like a little peck on the cheek, but then she like grabbed my face and turned it and like gave me a peck on the lips. Yeah, like when you watch the like video, it's like, Holly, like
that's sexual assault.
Holly wanted a piece of Big Ted. You feel me?
Holly.
She said, I want some Teddy Graham. Say no, but
she wants some of that money. She said, this nigga ready win.
First of all, she probably got more money than him. She's already
but if he about to win a fucking trip or something, she probably like.
But hit me out though, because this is where it changed your whole perspective though. Check this out.
Okay.
So after the kiss, he did very well in the games, but he didn't even make it to the showcase.
Why? He got
just
something wrong?
Didn't make it. Yeah, he must have got some bidding wrong, or somebody was just bidding better than him, or whatever the case may be. But he didn't make it to the showcase. And the show rules state that once you've been selected, you're never eligible to participate again.
Damn.
But Holly ended up giving him an autographed pick, and even though he didn't win a lot of money, this is why I was like, she probably ain't gonna go for him for the bread. He won a little over $1,000.
Okay.
He won a new Bergline recliner.
Ooh.
He won a dumbbell set, and he won a photo laminator, which, trust me, in 92 was probably a big deal. Yeah, like, that was probably big shit in 92.
Yeah.
But, basically, after that, Ted went on a little hiatus. He stopped attending the tapings.
Good.
And he just started to focus on other hobbies for real.
That's good.
And, not only did he take a little hiatus, he actually took a 10-year hiatus.
Great.
So in 2002, he decided to go back to the taping with a few family members. This would be his 26th taping at this point in 2002. His family would brag to other people's while they were waiting in line. His family would brag to other people while he was in line about how good Ted was at bidding and pricing and stuff like that.
Okay.
Which led him to helping a young hopeful named Brandon.
Hey, Brando.
Brandon struggled at first, but he eventually looked to Ted for help. And he ended up making a perfect bid.
Wow.
He wanted to celebrate with Brandon after his win, but he wasn't allowed because, well, he wasn't family. But it's also kind of set in the tone that, like, again, the producers are familiar with who the fuck he is. Right. So, like, who the fuck is this nigga coming in here helping people get perfect bids and shit? Like, no, don't bring your ass on stage.
Right.
Who are you? Like, it was kind of giving that for real.
Right.
So Brandon just hugged him and he thanked him and he said he wanted to stay in touch, but I guess he never really did. Okay. But on the next taping he attended, a producer of the show's cousin happened to sit in the crowd next to Ted.
Okay.
The producer signaled to the cousin to see if Ted was using some type of like pricing list and cheating because like you can't use a pricing list.
Right.
So, basically, it was confirmed he wasn't. And, like, it was nothing that he could do. Like, he's just smart. He just watched the show that much. But
this is the issue. Yeah. Why the fuck are you not changing up the game anyway? You gonna keep the shit the same all these years? That's on you. That's like, your fault. Somebody was gonna figure it out.
Somebody was going to at some point. Like, come on now. So, basically, we fast forward a little bit. Bob Barker, the legendary Bob Barker. Bobby Bark. He retired at the end of season 35, which was in 2007. This eventually led to the head producer and showrunner Roger Dobkowitz to also retire the following season. Okay. And Dobkowitz has been there pretty much the same amount of time as Bob Barker. So like that was like kind of two big ass back-to-back blows to the show.
Okay.
But Ted continued to watch the show and he continued to try to enjoy it. And at the end of season 36, though, they changed the rules that if you've been on the show over 10 years ago, you're eligible again.
Okay.
So Ted decided to try to get back in there. Like, of course.
Right.
On September 22nd, 2008, 60-year-old Terry Nice, and Nice is spelled Kneiss. No, it is not relevant. I just like the way it's spelled. But Terry Nice won both final showcases because he guessed the correct amount down to the dollar. So, like, just to put that in context, if you're a basketball fan, that would be like how when the Cavaliers beat the Warriors and they came back from a 3-1 deficit. Imagine it wasn't 3-1. Like, imagine it was... They didn't win any game. Like, they came back from a 3-0 deficit. and they won 4 straight games to beat the Warriors.
Damn.
Like, that's the type of like just unheard of. Like, you probably couldn't even place a bet on nothing like that because it's just so unrealistic. Like, it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? To the point where, like, literally people immediately would suspect cheating before they would suspect that you would actually do that. You know what I'm saying? That's how crazy that is. So let's rewind a little bit in Terry Neese's story and how it connects to our buddy Ted. Okay. So Ted and Terry, they both met in line of the episode that Terry did this. Okay. And they began to like quiz each other and, you know, talk prize prices and stuff like that. Kind of like how he did with our buddy Brandon. Right. Terry was selected as a contestant and Ted wasn't. But Ted, being the team player that he is, being the Price is Right fanatic that he is, he still began to help Terry from the audience as usual. But the final broadcast removed Ted from several shots. That's how accustomed the producers, the camera, like that's how accustomed the show was to Ted and how good he was at this. They started to like literally edit him out of episodes showing like, because he was literally helping Terry, but they would like cut it out because like it was just like, yo, they were that familiar with Ted and his work.
So I guess they didn't want people to be like,
yo, like, who is this guy from the audience, bro? Like, now people starting to keep track of Ted. Like, yo, he's been in a few episodes helping people, like, you know.
Right, yeah.
But basically, yeah, they took Ted out of several shots. And another contestant, though, kind of caught on again to the advice that Ted was giving to Terry. And like started to listen to what he was saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute. This guy from the audience is giving some really good bids. Like, I need to tap in. Okay. So Terry made it all the way to the showcase. And I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if I'm just dumb, but I'm really starting to mix up Ted and Terry. So to keep the story consistent, I'm going to now refer to Ted, our main guy, as Theodore. So basically, Terry made it all the way to the showcase, and Theodore began to calculate a bid for the final showcase, and he told it to another contestant that made it to the showcase. And basically, Theodore at this point felt like he was drawing attention, and he was like trying to like reel it back. But Terry at this point already saw like that he was helping the other contestant and everything else, and he already like read Theodore's lips and shit, like seeing exactly what the bid was. So he said it for real. He said the bid, and
he got it right.
He got it right. And one of the producers came out during commercial and is like scrambling to figure out what happened. Like, they went, so basically, usually they have like a small commercial intermission. They had to take a 10 to 15 minute break during all of this to figure out like what is going on. Like, this, like, bro, wait a minute. Yeah. Like, bro, he literally, like, he broke the game. Like, it was so bad to the point where, like, Drew Carey has done, like, several interviews kind of talking about the situation, but, like, he even said it himself. He was like, bro, I just felt like after that, I had to start looking for another job. Because, like, that's the end of the show. Like, how do we keep this going? He made a perfect bid to the dollar amount.
Well, whoever made the fucking show switched shit up.
But so, of course, they're not thinking that.
They're not thinking like, that somebody's literally memorizing. Because why would you think that? Why would you? You know, nobody. You're not gonna be like, okay, somebody's at home making fucking
exactly like charts and graphs
and simulators and shit. Yeah.
But yo, so Drew Carey was just basically like, yo, once he made that bid, like I kind of felt like, yeah, like I needed the job. Like I felt like that was it because like one, if I'm not in hot water, like somebody is, because like it just was not supposed to happen like that. Yeah. So basically, nothing happened though. This perfect bid was legit. No cheating involved. No nothing. Theodore yelled it from the audience. Terry heard it. Terry said it. And it was the exact amount. Now, to this day, Terry denies any and all help or involvement.
Wait.
Terry.
What did he win?
Terry, what did he win?
Yeah.
I forgot. But he won like
was it a trip? Was it a car?
Yeah. He won, like, I think, like, a trip and, like, some other stuff. You know what? The power of the internet.
The power of the internet.
But, basically, Terry, he kind of, like, denies any and all involvement of Ted to this day.
Really?
Yeah. Like, so, like, there has been several... just because like I guess pride. Like you don't want to be like, bro, like I'm not smart enough to come up with that on my own. But basically everybody that kind of like Theodore has built up such a reputation with the show that pretty much if you were there at the taping, all the producers, everybody knew that like it was Ted. It was Theodore. Like it's no way that this random Terry Nice guy.
Right. just random ass Terry.
Like, come on. No. But Terry, like to this day, he'll still deny that Ted ever helped him. He even claimed, like, he went as far as to say that, like, he was keeping track himself. He said, yo, like, Terry got so bad with the lies that, like, bruh, it got to the point where he started telling people that, like, yo, so let me just say the final bid that won it all was $23,743. He started saying, like, stupid stuff, like, yeah, the 4 and the 3 that was like for my wife's birth year, and like he just started like making shit up. Yes, like just trying to like really lie about the stuff that he like won for real. I mean, like the reason he got the guest, like just trying to connect like stupid dots. But like I said, by this point, all the producers, people that was in the crowd, like everybody that know what's up or knew what was up at that point knew that like it was really Theodore giving the answers. And if you were in the crowd, you heard him yelling the answer before Terry said it.
Right.
So everybody knew that Terry didn't think of this on his own, but he's going to the grave saying that he did.
That's fucked up. He helped you win money, and you gonna say he ain't help you?
Yo, like he's
like, what are you losing? I mean, what are you gaining?
Like, bro was making it seem like he was ready to lose a percentage of the earnings or something.
Nigga, you already got the money.
Come on, yo.
And the whole premise of the game is people can help you, and they're not entitled to your whatever you.
Like honestly, when you pick up on like Theodore's like his personality, it don't even seem like he give a fuck about money. Like I said, this guy is just an average cool guy. He just love the game. He just love math. He love numbers, and he loved The Price is Right. And like he just so happened to guess a perfect bid. This guy said it, and that was it. But it was like a little bit of controversy, like kind of surrounding it. Of course, because of just the oddity of it all. Like this isn't supposed to be a thing. But in the moment, there was like a lot of like rumors that kind of spread for real.
Okay.
Like there was some people that felt like Terry and Theodore were maybe a part of some type of like inside group that was sent to like take down the show, because basically when Roger Dobkowitz left in season 36 after Barb Barker left, the producer guy that was there from the beginning,
right?
After he left, like the show apparently just wasn't the same, and it sparked a lot of outrage from like diehard fans to the point where like literally that was like one of the theories that like the people that missed the way it was going when Roger was still there are now set to sabotage the show and take it down. So like maybe one of the producers leaked the bid to like Ted or Terry.
It was that serious?
Yo, it was that serious for some people, yo. Like some people was like, nah, bro, it's no way that this person just guessed a perfect bid. Like this had to be an inside job. And like to this day, there's still people that kind of believe that. Because like, yo, yeah, when this Roger Dobkowitz guy left, it was like a big deal for a lot of like loyal viewers. Right
conspiracy.
Yo, seriously, yo, like it get deep. Ask your grandmother.
I'm at
grandma. But like I said though, to this day, it's still a big pivotal moment in the show. It was crazy, but it did change the course of the show. Like a lot of people did think that like it was gonna end. Like Drew Carey even said it himself. I didn't even think they was going to air the episode because like, what the hell? Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's supposed to do that. Yeah. But eventually, of course, like you said, they learned, and The Price is Right eventually started to change prizes and stuff like that, and they would do it like in subtle ways too. So like maybe if it's like an air conditioner unit, it's like Ted might have in his notes, okay, this air conditioning unit is $350.
Okay.
And this unit is $350. But that one on the show, this episode, is $375 because it's the same unit, but this time we got it with the eco, whatever.
Yeah,
like,
okay,
I got you. They try to switch it up.
I got you.
A little bit.
Like instead of this iPad that's $1,000, we're gonna do the iPad Mini.
Right.
That's like $600.
Exactly. Or like, yeah, it's the same iPad, but this one is second gen. Right. So it's another $600. Like, so they just started tweaking a lot of the prizes and trying to make it pretty much impossible to like memorize. Keep track again. Yeah. But all of this was started from one guy, Ted Slauson, yo. Teddy. So that is the story of my guy Ted almost single-handedly taking down one of the most beloved game shows in history.
Wow, that's interesting.
And that's it.
I never heard about that before.
Yeah,
well, I feel like most of the shit we talk about
just be obscure,
be so random, and everybody be like, never heard that. Yeah,
yo, but that's what we here for, yo. We here to give you the stories that you just would not hear about.
That's a great story. You wouldn't even think no shit. I don't even. Yeah,
for real. Like,
I wouldn't even think about no shit like that.
It's probably diehard like Price is Right fans that don't even know that. You know what I'm saying? That happened, but like literally, like if they didn't change the show, they was about to like shut the show down because like I said, that was just unheard of for real. But yeah, like I said earlier in the episode, guys, Ted has been to over 37 tapings of The Price is Right to this day. He still watches and enjoys The Price is Right.
He's still alive.
Yeah. He's still alive. Ted isn't like super old for real. He's not old at all. But yeah, he's still alive. He's still enjoying The Price is Right.
Let's go find him so we
Shit, let's go to Sacramento and find Ted, bro. Nah, he probably I don't even know. Like, I would be interested to know if he still goes to tapings and stuff like that. Like, ever since they changed the rules and all that. I mean, nothing he can track. So yeah, he probably just like, you know what? Fuck it, they got me. Yeah. But I mean, from what it seemed like, he still enjoyed the show. That's awesome. Like I said, yeah. To this day, Terry Neese is in complete denial of any of Theodore's help. But yeah, but Ted doesn't really care. Like, he wasn't like sick about it.
That's good.
He's still waiting for his dinner from Susan, the girl he helped.
Oh.
Brandon, they never like touched back on that, like if he and Brandon ever like kept in contact, but probably not.
That just show you niggas so ungrateful.
Yeah. He said the guy Brandon
tried to help you, bro.
he said the dude was like a little slow though, because he said like I don't know, just based on his demeanor, like he was just kind of one of those like super just goofy, like kind of dumb guys. Yeah, just a goof. Because he said, bro, he was like, yo, like I want to keep in touch, but like I don't have a computer to email you. And he said he looked at Brandon and said, you just won 4 computers. Like, what? You now own 4 computers. You can contact me from 4 different computers.
You don't have a phone number? I just think he,
because this was like early 2000s, so you know how that go. Like, cell phones wasn't too crazy. They could still use it AOL, like, you know what I'm saying? But still though, like, bro, come on now. Like, you just won a butt ton of money, some computers, like probably a car.
Winning 4 computers is crazy.
Yeah, yo.
I feel like if I was on The Price is Right, I would just like, if I got hella shit, I would probably sell that shit. Like shit that's really worth something, I would like sell it.
Just sell it. Maybe, yo. Maybe. I ain't gonna lie. I always wondered like how those prizes go. Like
I know for like I'm like 89% sure that for some of the prizes you gotta pay taxes on them.
Yeah, like, so I would assume that especially like the cash prizes, like those shows, like like for real, those shows like what is that called, like Deal or No Deal, or like How to Become a Millionaire, stuff like that. Like they probably definitely taxing on those cash amounts. On that shit. But even still, I used to think about like just little stuff like when they give you a vacation, like it's probably like all inclusive except like you know what I'm saying, like some type of loopholes. Or with the car, like bruh, it'll probably be like, hey, like you got a brand new car, but
it's not paid off, it ain't all paid the way off, or
something. Like something, like just something crazy, like, so you know how stuff like that be. But yeah, man, that was pretty much the story of my boy Ted Slauson.
That was a great story.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that. That was a nice, lighthearted little ditty, you know. But yeah, yo, I'm gonna definitely plug the doc in the description that I got the information from. But the doc is called Perfect Bid, and it can be found on Netflix and a few other streaming services.
I was gonna say two things.
Yeah.
If you fuck with the show, if you fuck with us, rate us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, wherever you get in your podcasts. If you're watching us on YouTube, like it, subscribe. If you listen to us on Well, like I said before, whatever you listen,
right? Wherever you listening to it,
follow us because you can follow if you follow us on Apple Music. Apple Podcasts or Spotify. When we drop an episode, it'll automatically download to your whatever your selected thing is. It'll automatically download. And share if you fuck with the podcast.
Share.
Let people know.
Yeah, man. Share and like we always say, man. Like we are looking for interaction because that's what we thrive off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, we're gonna keep giving you great episodes, great stories, and we just hope you guys interact and let us know. Yeah.
Did you wanna
make the announcement? Yeah. So, okay. We struggle openly with naming things.
Don't say we.
All right. First of all,
you're good at naming shit.
I don't know.
I suck. That's why I just be like, you do it.
I don't know, yo. Like I be like okay about the names. Like I don't know.
I think you're really good at naming shit. But go ahead.
But basically, we got what would you call it? Like a show? Within a show? A segment? Like I don't know.
Just a segment.
A segment. All right. We doing something segment. New. Something new. Right. Yeah. Something separate. But it's gonna be called What's the Word Wednesdays?
Yeah.
How you like that?
It's gonna be called What's the Word Wednesdays. It's gonna drop every other Wednesday, so that's 2 times a month. And basically we're gonna kind of segue from stories with What's the Word Wednesdays. It's gonna be a little bit more free flowing.
Yeah, talking about life events, current events, stuff that's going on in the world.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about who should fix your plate. Should your wife fix your plate?
Should we split the bills?
Gay son, daughter.
Oh my gosh.
We're definitely not doing those. It'll be we'll talk about interesting stuff.
Yeah,
but it's not gonna be that bullshit.
No, it's like you said, definitely free flowing. Just kind of a opportunity to, I guess, like let the listeners get a different side of us. You know what I'm saying? Like get to know us a little bit, get our takes, and like I don't know. Hopefully it's something out there for everybody. Like if you are enjoying our narratives, then keep enjoying the narratives, and it might draw you into the What's the Word Wednesday, or vice versa. Maybe you start tapping into What's the Word Wednesday, but then you start getting into the stories. So just something to just keep us going for real. But nah, it definitely ain't gonna be none of those stupid repetitive podcast topics, bruh. But yeah, like we were saying though. Definitely not gonna be that, but hopefully you guys tune into that and enjoy. Hopefully you guys like this week's episode. Yes. Do you have a listen of the week?
No.
Okay.
Well,
let me see if I got one.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. You ever listen to a song and it really, all right. It's not too many songs that I listen to that make me feel like emotional.
Ooh.
I kind of don't want to talk about this right now. I kind of want to talk about this for What's the Word.
All right, save it.
Because I could really go in it.
All right, save it for What's the Word. All right, but
because I had like a emotional response today to a song, and it like really surprised me. Like I was at work, like why do I feel so emotional right now?
So when you say emotional, was it like sad emotional? Like, bro, I feel some tears coming up, or was it like
like I was about to cry?
Oof. Okay, you don't gotta say the song. Give me the artist though.
J. Cole.
And that'll be the end of today's Shoot the 60 episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed everything. See you guys later. We'll catch you on the next one. It's your boy Flim and no.
You don't even know what song.
I don't need to know.
And I can explain why.
All right, catch us on What's the Word Wednesday so we can give it to y'all because I need to know.
Maybe I'm about to come with my period. I don't know.
Again, thanks for tuning in. Sorry, no, but for real though, y'all have been great. We are getting out of here, guys. So see ya.
Bye.